Hello and welcome to another planning appeal case study video. I'm John Peters, and in this video I'm going to explain how we overcame a recent retrospective application refusal by Hammersmith and Fulham Council for one of our clients. This planning appeal was to overcome the refusal of a retention of a single-storey rear extension that was refused by the local authority. Our client was initially booked in for a free, no obligation consultation to run through the refusal reasons that have been used by Hammersmith and Fulham Council and to evaluate if an appeal was viable or if an alternative option was best suited. The free no obligation consultation, which took around 15 minutes, found that this case was viable for a planning appeal to the Planning Inspectorate, taking the decision process away from Hammersmith and Fulham Council. This case was refused for the following reasons. The proposed ground floor rear extension has an unacceptable impact upon neighbouring residents in terms of loss of light, sense of enclosure and loss of outlook. For those reasons, the development is contrary to policies. For the purpose of this video, I will qualify what Hammersmith and Fulham officers consider unacceptable and impacting on the neighbours. There was an approval in place already, and due to technical issues when the building was built, it's slightly different to plan. Let me grab these two bits of paper I prepared earlier. The difference between the approval and the plan was about 20 centimetres and a whole 68.5 centimetres in length. So that's 20 centimetres, that's 30 centimetres, so there's 60 plus a little bit, okay, and 20. That's what we're looking at as far as height and depth goes. Now, if we'd not won, there was a high possibility that the local authority could take action, enforcement action, to take the whole extension down as it was not built as per plan. In these circumstances, who would you want handling your planning appeal? As an organisation, we've been finding recently a large number of errors in local authority planning officers' decisions. These errors help support the appeal cases. We do suspect the increase in errors has been caused by cutbacks at local authorities and unprecedented increases in workloads. Many of you are repeatedly stating to us that there's been little or no correspondence throughout the application process, and the first thing they knew was receiving the refusal notice. Our specialist appeals team, who handle over 2.5% of all planning appeals in England and Wales that are currently produced and submitted, start by producing a comprehensive and robust appeal statement that in this specific case covered 29 pages. It's important to detail in the appeal statement where the local authority failed in their assessment of the case and how and where possible both local and national policies apply in favour of the appeal. Additionally, if possible, bringing in similar cases that the Planning Inspectorate found in favour of the appeal. To put it into context and detail required, this particular appeal was over 4,500 words. Once an appeal statement is completed, we send the document to our client asking them to check that they're happy for us to submit the case. If we need to add any information at this site, the client may have forgotten previously to supply to us, then it's done at this point and the case is then submitted. It's vitally important that all the documents and responses are submitted on time throughout the process, as failure to do so will result in the appeal not being successful. Something we do hear about sometimes, often when it's people who are attempting their first appeal all by themselves. Always ensure you use a professional who has considerable experience of appeals. It is worth asking them for some recent successful planning appeal case studies like you will find on our website. Due to the large number of cases we represent, we have a dedicated team that liaises with the Planning Inspectorate on a daily basis. For this appeal, an independent planning inspector from the Planning Inspectorate visited the site on the 27th of October, and we're pleased to confirm that the appeal was upheld and the permission granted in a 3-page appeal decision notice. If you'd like to find out if we can help you with your planning appeal, complete our online form on our website www.planningappealsuk.com, and our new case support team will arrange for a free, no obligation consultation with one of our planning appeal assessment professionals. Would you like to find an appeal case study for a certain type of application or even in a selected area? We have so many and not all of them are published or filmed. But that does not mean that we can't show you what you would like to see. Ask our planning appeal assessment professional during your no obligation consultation, as it's highly likely we can show you what you're looking for. Thank you for taking the time to watch this planning appeal case study video, and I look forward to producing another one shortly. Thanks. Bye.